Right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Hereditary 2018. I have no idea how this got on my Netflix queue. Maybe Adrian recommended it. He saw it on the big screen, or maybe Audra Hondo saw it on the big screen. I recommended it. It was on my safe queue and it moved slowly up. Or, some random person who was intrigued by my channel for about 5 seconds recommended it to me, or maybe coworker recommended it. I looked at it and I was intrigued. I don't remember how this got on my queue 3 years ago, but or maybe it was more like 4 years ago. But here's the disc. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I really love this flick. It's it's long, 2 hours 7 minutes, but the payoff is decent. There's not that much gore. It just grates on your nerves, if you know what I mean. Here's the Great Ziegfeld. They compare it to The Exorcist and Rosemary's Baby, but it reminded me of so many other things besides that. Dark Shadows, Exorcist 3, there's Gung Ho, Audition. What else? What else did it remind me of? Yeah, that's what it was like. It had the slow build up and the decent payoff at the end. The creepy Paimon spirit, bunch of pagans. They look like that must have been the same ceremony that the Pope conducted at the Vatican with a bunch of pagans. But decent ending. Sorry if I spoiled it a little bit, but the ending has a bunch of ugly, old, naked bodies. These pagans like to practice their ritual nude. Um, I think they had some kind of Mayan outfits at the Vatican when they were practicing their pagan ritual, which was a heresy for the Pope. And my son doesn't really like the Pope either. Both of us are Catholic. But what can I say about Hereditary? Oh, it's got the Judy Collins uh, Toy Story 4 song, Both Sides Now, and the rolling credits. That was kind of cool. I remember that song. My mother was a great Judy Collins fan. She loved that kind of stuff when I was in preschool. But Hereditary, what a crazy, strange film. It, it's very tense and depressing. Uh, the beginning kind of drags on, but it's well worth the payoff at the end, like I said. And it's about this crazy family. This lady, she makes little doll houses. That's why it reminded me of Dark Shadows with the doll houses. I'm not sure how that relates to Paimon, but the the design producer, whatever her name is, man, she's good looking in the bonus features. It's got a pretty decent interviews with her and the director. I never heard of the director. Nobody's heard of the director. That's why they're saying it's like Rosemary's Baby or The Exorcist without the high-profile direction. That's what they're calling it. But to me, it was something different. I didn't see it that way. It's a great flick, just like The Exorcist and Rosemary's Baby. Maybe that's what they mean. It's high quality horror. or should I call it psychological terror? Or should I be like Dan Curtis and call it science fiction? Because it is about a fictional pagan god. Anyways, so this lady who's makes dollhouses is married to this Irish head shrinker dude, and he's at first I thought he was like a stepdad or something, but he's the biological father of a crazy, ugly-looking daughter. She's creepy looking. She keeps going like this with her tongue. I guess that means you're possessed by the Paimon god. Her older brother just kind of daydreams in class. He smokes a lot of pot in between class, and at nighttime he's like ripping the bong every 5 minutes. And he's got a stash in his room. He just leaves it out there. Like his parents don't care. They're popping some kind of psychoactive drugs to deal with the depression. Oh, Naked HD XYZ is back. I got an early start today. Oh man, I gotta delete all these comments. Sorry. I'll get back to Hereditary, I promise, and I'll save all the personal stuff for last. Oh man, so many. Why did they post like 5 of the same thing? Come on. Give me a break. I have to report this to YouTube and it doesn't do a dang bit of good. Oh man. So while I'm doing this, I'll try to multitask. Got the energy drink and lots of sleep. That's why I got an early start today. Well, part of the reason. But Hereditary. Okay, so the doll maker's mother dies. They're at the funeral, and she's doing a very odd eulogy, calling her mother aloof and secretive, and this, that, and the other. Eulogy is not the time to call your mother names when she's dead, but she does that anyway. It's a bizarre family situation. and her daughter has a severe nut allergy, which kind of comes into play later. I think she got the 16 vaccines when she was a baby, in addition to being possessed by Paimon. She got the 16 vaccines, which gave her a severe allergy reaction. My son is allergic to cypress trees and dust. She's allergic to nuts. And so after the funeral, the son, Peter, he wants to, which is kind of a appropriate name. Maybe they named him after St. Peter. I don't know. This movie's weird. But Peter wants to go to this high school party to get ripped, to get high as a kite, smoking the bong with his high school friends. Like he's not interested in girls. He meets his dream girl, and he asked her if she wants to get ripped, but he has to bring his sister along because he made up a story that it was some kind of school barbecue to his mother, and so she says, okay, but you have to bring your sister, which is a mistake. Because she doesn't know any of the older teenagers. She's only 13, and these other kids are like 16, 17, 18. So while these kids are getting ripped, she takes a bite of the cake, which has nuts in it. She starts choking, and then Peter, after taking a bong rip, gets in the car and drives her to the hospital. I don't know why he didn't just call 911, but whatever. He probably doesn't know. Most people don't know to call 911. You got to wait 15 minutes anyway for the ambulance to arrive. And but they could have like shot her with an EpiPen, at least in the ambulance or something. They could have given her something. Anyway, so Peter is driving her. She rolls down the window, sticks out her head to get fresh air, I guess, and then she gets decapitated on a telephone pole or some kind of utility pole. Off camera, of course. Not much gore, like I said. And but you do see her head in the road getting eaten by flies. It's pretty nasty. You see the after effects of the gore, and there's plenty at the end. Yeah. So you gotta wait for the gore to happen. I guess is what I'm trying to say. The limited amount of gore. They try to tease you that way, this director, but they do all kinds of weird POV shots and upside down camera angles and lots of weird stuff going on in this one. Like I said, so the mother hates the boy. She never wanted him born in the first place, but her grandmother did. I mean, her mother did, because her mother wanted to use Peter as a host for the Paimon god, but it didn't work for some reason. So the daughter Charlie, the ugly kid, ended up being the host, and then she got decapitated. But the whole family's cursed because of the mother worships this Paimon god, this false idol. and who apparently follows Lucifer. I'm looking at, it says, I'm looking at Paimon on Wikipedia, and it says that King Paimon is obedient to Lucifer. That's all it says, and it's got the symbol and the picture of him riding a camel. Not much. There are a bunch of books that describe his powers, but supposedly they're supposed to bring you immense wealth. if you possess your offspring with this false idol, then you get immense wealth beyond imagination. So that's why all these pagans in the neighborhood are worshiping Paimon, I guess. And so there's this death support group that the mother keeps going to. Now she's got 2 deaths to think about. Her own flesh and blood. Her family is dying off at a rapid pace. The kill count is going up rapidly. So she meets this crazy group therapy member named Joan. She's got a floor mat that says Joni, and she gets her into the seance stuff, and then all hell breaks loose, quite literally. Peter bangs his head on the desk, breaks his nose. Charlie's art book starts getting filled out by some kind of ghost, and the mother tries to burn it. She wants to stop all these killings, and she ends up getting burned, so she has to take the book out of the fireplace, and then she finds the rotted body of her mother, I guess, without the head. These pagans are grave robbers, but the head shrinker dude thinks that his wife is the grave robber. He thinks that she's completely loony at this point. And there are all these flies in the attic with the corpse and the severed head. The blackened corpse. They always refer to decomposing bodies as a blackened corpse. I think it would have been skull and bones by now, but whatever. Blackened corpse without a head sounds better than skull and bones. So the mother starts acting crazy, like she tries. I guess she's possessed somehow, and she's like crawling on the walls like Exorcist 3. You saw these ugly naked people. I thought it was watching geriatric horror from Exorcist 3. Oh, I guess that's what my body is going to look like in 10 years from now. and then my former coworker won't want to see me anymore. We'll talk about her later because her birthday was yesterday, and I sent her a little birthday love note. I'll read it to you later. But yeah, she severs her own head with piano wire. That's the gory scene. Although you do see a lot of corpses that are decapitated towards the end of the movie, and that's pretty much the movie. I think I described everything. You have to see it for yourself because it's pretty terrifying. It actually made me jump once. All right, so I told you about my former coworker, the 21-year-old Filipina who used to be chubby, but then she started going to gym. She got tattoos, and then she got pregos, but she's not married because she didn't change her name. I don't know if her boyfriend or her fiance or whatever is still around to support her, but she reached out to me stating that her job doesn't pay her enough and asking for my help. So like a good Samaritan, a person who practices Judeo-Christian principles, I told her to go apply at Good Eggs. And I got no response there. I just told her I really wanted to work with her again. She probably thinks that I'll stare at her knockers or something. But then my other Chinese coworker, he used to be chubby. She looks skinnier now. I don't know if she turned into a lesbian or what happened, but this is my birthday greeting that I told her yesterday morning at like 4 a.m. I've been getting up early and going to bed early. Um, my my manager at Good Eggs told me to go home at like 2 p.m. yesterday because he said I already worked 8 hours in the morning, and then he lied and he made something up that they have coverage for my night batch. He's just combining a bunch of routes and making the other drivers work like 8 hours. They do that all day long, and what he's really doing is he's trying to prevent me from making double overtime. So my paycheck is going to be lousy in a couple weeks. This is what I said to my former coworker that I haven't seen in like 10 years. Although give her credit, she did still meet me while I was still married. She still met me, and she asked me when I was getting a divorce, but nothing ever came of it. So I said, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. This is on LinkedIn. From the Happy Birthday Club, Ben, Benito, Benny, Benji, and Benjamin, former pretend brothers, now old, useless, worthless, without a girlfriend since 2017, waiting for you to get old too, so that we can have a reunion together playing bingo at church. We'll bring the cane and you bring the walker. Thanks. That's what I told her yesterday. So, anyways, I got no response as usual. I wish her happy birthday every year on LinkedIn, and nothing ever happens. But she did post a picture of. I guess she felt guilty the last time I reached out to her on LinkedIn asking her to help me out with a girlfriend and a cheap room. She only responded to the cheap room part. She responded to that, and then when I responded telling her that I'd probably see her 10 years from now when she's 50 and I'm in my 60s. I guess she felt guilty about that, so she went and took a group photo of a reunion with her girlfriend co-workers, I guess, or former co-workers, I should say. I don't know if she turned lesbian, because one time I sent her a naked picture of Manthu Lee, somebody that I was trying to, somebody who used to send me naked pictures and naked videos so that she could brag to her hairdresser about it. That she had all these younger men. I think she lived in Carmel or Pacific Grove or somewhere near Monterey. But I went to visit her one time. She wasn't too happy with me. She kicked me out of her trailer park. I sent my Chinese coworker a picture of the topless picture of Manthu Lee. She said, "Why are you sending this to me? I'm not a lesbian." Maybe she was in the back of her mind, but she didn't really acknowledge it until later. She probably got sick and tired of me. She turned into a lesbian so that she wouldn't have to marry me. But anyways, the godmother at my son's baptism was asking about her. And I said, I don't know. I haven't seen her. She lost contact. She doesn't want to talk to me. Unfortunate, but there's still hope that we'll see each other, like that Ingmar Bergman movie with those two old people trying to reconcile their differences. That's going to be like me and my former coworker. Anyways, I'm up over 25 minutes. Like I said, I got called off early. I only worked 5 hours Friday and 8 hours yesterday. So they keep trying to cut my hours at my part-time job. And so I've been getting up early and going to bed early. So I got an early start to today's movie marathon. I woke up at 2 a.m. Yesterday I woke up at 3:30, I think. My body's used to waking up early now. So hopefully I can get 5 movie reviews in. We'll see. I guess I'll watch The Great Ziegfeld next. Try to squeeze that in before I have to go pick up my son. I've only got 3 hours to do it, though. I think I can do it. If it doesn't have a ton of bonus features, maybe I'll do bonus features reviews next, because this is one of those old movies from 1936. Probably got cartoons or black and white shorts all over it. So maybe I'll get like 8 reviews in today. But it's going to be a productive movie review day for my mates in Australia later.